Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc. Why is your face like that?
Like what?
She looks like, you know those cute like kids that they just gave a sweet to?
I'm really happy, yeah, because
or they mumbled them in princess dress.
You literally just gave me sweets.
Oh shit, I
So
did.
what are we talking about? It's your
Okay,
girl,
my
BD.
friend is essentially 12, but
It's your girl, BD.
it's your girl 4 ends.
And we're back, and I do actually look 12, so that was quite offensive to me.
Do you know today I got like...
ID'd.
No, I didn't.
I haven't been ID'd in a while, actually, and I think it's just because people aren't willing to do their jobs correctly, because there's no reason you wouldn't ID
Okay,
me.
fine. You know, I'm going to just tell myself that. But she actually did look at me, and
She
then
had
she
the mask
clicked...
on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she clicked visibly 25, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you're tall, and you've got boobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've literally looked this way for the past, 6 years.
Listen.
Maybe do I have crow's feet? Maybe that's what...
I don't know what to tell you.
The truth?
I usually had a mask on. So only one time, I had a mask on. The guy was like, he asked for my ID, and he made me take my mask off to check if my ID was my ID. And also, I don't like the way that these people be looking at your ID for long. Like, all you need to do is look at the date of birth, look at the year. You might not like looking, especially the worst ones, when you go to the club. R.I.P. the club. When you go to the club and they probably looking at your ID, and it freaks me out because I remember watching one of these crime shows, and like this guy was like killing people,
And he was
killing
looking at their IDs.
Yeah, he would remember their address from the ID and he would kill them. No.
Do you know, even like now, like when you buy stuff on like eBay or like Depop or stuff, I really just, I'm like, these people know your address, you know?
Yeah, you give your address out freely all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. What is data protection, boy?
Oh, God.
What is it? You know, Nini's like, where is your scooter? Where is it?
Speaking of Nini,
yeah, go.
Cynthia's wedding dress, literally, I was just like, did she by Sheree design it or what?
Yeah.
Both dresses were really
But you
bad.
know Cynthia can't really dress, though.
Yeah, but like, you must have actually gone to an especially bad...
No, but this wedding dress was better than her first wedding dress.
The one that she had with Peter.
Yeah.
I prefer it because it was different. So it was just a different dress.
But different can be shit, also.
No, this dress was bad. Like the net. First of all, guys, can we really let go of this? Like,
Faux nude.
please.
That's not nude.
Yeah, like please. Like first of all,
Just show
nobody
the cleavage,
thinks you're
bruv.
nude. Okay, that's one. And two, like the net is. Oh my god. And when you go up close, it always looks so cheap.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lord.
Yeah, I liked what
go.
Portia was wearing.
Oh yeah, Portia looked the
Portia-
best in the whole wedding.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Right, guys, so today's documentary is an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I'm not going to lie. Like, I saw the title and I thought, yeah, this is going to be mad. But, I mean, it was mad, but it was also quite sad, like sadder than I thought it would be. It's really short. It's like 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's called The Rapper Who Chops His Penis Off.
Yeah, I feel like I came in with like, well, when I heard we were going to do this, I came in with like banter vibes.
Yeah.
But after watching it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, the doc opens up with a 911 call.
Fire Private Copper to 178. What's the address of the emergency?
Man, we have a friend that was over here and he just, damn, when we saw...
And yeah, he's basically, it's just kind of like, wow, this we're getting right on in there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because it's such a short documentary, it is kind of like in and out, like no time wasted.
Yeah.
Netflix could take notes.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Literally. So we learned that the rapper who chopped his penis off is called Andre Johnson, aka Christ Bearer.
Yeah.
Had you heard of him before?
No,
I hadn't.
I
either.
hadn't.
I hadn't
No,
either.
but he looks like Life Jennings.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I think like him now, like when he's in his like
because that's how Life Jennings looks now.
yeah
Literally.
when they're interviewing him, he
does. At first, I was like, did Life Jennings chop off his penis?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, not that we know of. But yeah, not only did he chop his penis off, he then proceeded to jump off his second floor balcony. Yeah, so we hear that, and then we see him being mic'd up for obviously the interview,
Yeah.
which is good because then we're like, yeah, he's alive, he
Yeah, he's a
survived.
person, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay.
The friend was funny on the 911 call. I mean, it wasn't funny, but
he seemed so inconvenienced.
literally, he was like, we got our friend over here. He just cut off his damn penis. God damn, I can't believe this shit.
I was like, so sorry, is it your penis that was cut off? Like, it's like he bleeding like a motherfucker. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you
You chop off
cut off
any,
your member.
Like, yeah.
So he tells us about his upbringing. Typical story. He grew up in a rough neighborhood. He didn't have his dad in his life. It was tough. And he finds what he calls the Northside family, which is like a brotherhood. That's why he fell in love with hip hop. That's why he developed this alter ego, Christ bearer. And them being from the same ends, having a lot in common, it really bonded them. And it was like, yeah, we lit, we brothers or whatever. So one of his brothers, as in brothers, like brothers, tells us that drugs was a huge problem back in the day.
It affected a lot of people in a lot of bad ways. Especially when you're young, your mind's not developed. People, they think they can handle it, but they can't handle it.
And so they're mainly talking about PCP, which is mad dangerous, and it makes people do. Like, you know, you see videos of people like on like drugs, and they just are just doing hella mad shit.
Yeah.
And I think PCP is what Kendrick Lamar was talking about. You know, when he in Good Kid, Mad City, yeah, and he's like, this is why he don't smoke. He was like, he was smoking. And they made him a spliff. Yeah, it was laced with PCP. Well, angel dust, they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just makes you act wild.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently these are the drugs that they were mainly doing, like in these ends, which is like, yeah, and it's like when you hear these things, like, so the documentary starts off with, okay, this guy chopped off his penis. You think, what an idiot.
Yeah.
And then it sort of builds up to like how we got to this point.
Yeah. Like,
and it's so short, but it's really well done. And it's like, wow, you start feeling bad for your initial thoughts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we hear that Andre's goal as a rapper was to be part of the Wu-Tang Clan. And he starts collaborating with them, and he's like, cool, like, life is good, this is what I'm on, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And he describes it as,
All in all, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
I'm laughing because last week we said it was the best of times, and what did you say?
What was it? It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, we were talking about shit.
No, it was the what
We're talking about the 21 Kids and Counting, and we were saying how she was the shit.
It was the times.
And
I don't remember. I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
I don't know if it was Fullest we said or
I think
something.
it was the fullest. It was the fullest of sight. Yeah. Either way, yeah. That's exactly what I thought when I heard that line.
Same.
I was like, whew. But yeah, so now he's chilling with the Wu-Tang Clan. That was his clang, bitch. He's chilling with the Wu-Tang Clan, and like that's what he always wanted to do, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. He's living this life where he doesn't even really need to pay for anything.
Yeah.
Including drugs.
Yeah.
So now it's just drugs.
Just on demand.
On demand, for free, as and when.
Yeah. Sidebar, I find Ghostface Killer really sexy.
I can see why you say that.
Thank God.
I think it's like that hood nigga.
Yeah, because
Hood
there's a
nigga
politician I find really sexy, but when
Who?
I told people, like...
Who's it?
I didn't tell people, I just told my family.
Who's
Edit it out, but it's...
Do you know what?
Do you see it?
No, guys. No. Do you know what it is about yeah? I'm gonna censor his name. What it is about that Russian guy is that, like, he just seems very no nonsense.
And that's sexy.
And just saucy, yeah.
Yeah.
Just saucy
Like, do you know what really was
like
like...
he might kill you.
But...
You might like it.
Choke me, daddy. Do you know what it was? It was the picture of him riding the bear. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so sexy. It's like that. Have you seen that clip where she's like, if you see me find a bear, help the bear. He embodies that.
No, he does. I get.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't, just for the record, I don't feel it, but I understand it.
Hit me up in the DMs if you look like...
You hack into your DMs, bro.
Literally.
I forgot to say, we are drinking today. You can probably tell by the way this conversation is going. So some of you will remember from our first ever credits episode, we were sent some Moscato from thisismoscato.life. And I bought some this time because I support black businesses and you should too.
Yes.
And this time it's the Bartonura Moscato, which is in the blue bottle. I kind of bought it because of the bottle. I quite like the bottle. If you go on our Instagram, you'll see the bottle.
Sailory.
It looks a bit nautical, isn't it? Like
yeah,
there'll be a
that's
letter
what I was
in
looking
there.
for.
Yeah, I got you, sis. So yeah, it's really nice. It's really sweet. I'm enjoying it. It's bubbly.
I am. I actually prefer this one to
the other one, the first one.
Yeah. The first. No, don't get me twisted. The first one's nice.
Yeah, the first
but
one
that was
really
very like I could have had that for dessert. It was very like.
To be honest, yeah, they are.
This is like I can drink this on a casual.
I mean, I would drink either. I would take either if anyone
Oh
else did.
yeah, come on. I'm not.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's what we're drinking, by the way. So the drugs are just a lot more accessible now. And he says,
You do a little bit of PCP, you do a little bit of weed, and you drink a little bit. You start getting like $1,000 every other day. You're gonna do a whole lot of PCP. You're gonna do a whole lot of weed. You're gonna drink a whole lot.
And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's a bit of a hop, skip and jump to go from weed and alcohol to PCP. Like, I just feel like weed and alcohol, cash, everyone does it kind of thing, casual drug. But PCP...
But then I feel like...
Where do you even get a PCP?
I hear of PCP always being, like, added to, like, a spliff. So, like, if you're already in that weed smoking world and your friends are, let me just, like...
But is it common that it's added to spliffs?
Yeah. I've heard, like, a lot of people...
Like, people that you know?
Yeah, like, but more my American...
Okay, yeah, maybe because I'm looking at it from a British
mind. But
then
in Britain it's cocaine.
Bruh. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, Andre admits that he did a lot of drugs during that time in his life, and then we get on-screen text that tells us that shortly after he starts chilling with Wu-Tang, his mum gets ill and she dies. And so after that, he's kind of demotivated. He doesn't want to do much. You know, he says he went on a downward spiral. He did a lot of drugs. Didn't even want to rap, which was his whole dream, right? And then he makes this comment about not crying when his mum died. And he makes a good point when he says...
When we have mental health issues, we turn to drugs. You know, smoke this. Have a drink. Man, you need to get high.
And I feel like this is where the issues surrounding everything really come to play, because it's really indicative of our community as Black people, and also of the community of like men in general. Like, you don't really say how you're feeling,
the masculinity.
You don't want to be perceived as weak, or why, like, get over it, or you know, just drink this and you'll be fine. And like, this documentary proves that doesn't solve anything. That it really doesn't solve anything. So even one of his friends admits to being the same way, but in Andre's case, and I feel like a lot of men are this way, but in Andre's case, obviously the ending is a bit darker because now he has no penis, but we'll get there. But surprisingly, Andre decides to have a child because he thinks that a child will fill this void.
Yeah, which is, again, women do this.
Yeah, everyone does this.
Everyone does this.
I get it, but then also I don't get it. And I think that this is a thing that our generation, or at least my friends in this generation that I talk to about this thing,
our dismantling
is a thing where it's like, I want to get myself as right as I can and unlearn all the things that I have learnt or I was forced upon me or whatever before I start having a child. Like, a child is not going to be the answer to my problems or to my trauma. Like,
exactly.
it's just not.
It's not at all. You have to get right with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And like, at least be on the roads to that before you start having kids.
Children.
And I get sometimes you can have, like, it happens and no one's ever truly 100% ready for a child, but I just feel like
you can be more ready.
You can be more ready. You can be a little bit more
than with a hole in your heart.
Like, you can like not revise for an exam at all. Or you can skim through the book a little bit.
Exactly.
Be a little bit more ready than you were.
You can be a bit ready.
Or you can do all-nighters or actually revise every day after the lecture. Like, there's different preparednesses.
Preparation meets opportunity.
Bruh. So he has a kid, right? But he's still taking drugs because obviously he's not sorted out the issues with the taking of the drugs, and his actions leads to a divorce. Not only a divorce, but a restraining order against him.
Very acrimonious.
Okay, big words. And he describes this as another death, which I guess it is.
Yeah,
it's the
people
death
always
of a relationship.
say that.
Yeah, it's the death of a relationship. Yeah, I mean, even like when you think about friends that you don't, not that I really have friends I don't talk to anymore, but the friends that I have, if say me and you stop talking now, it'd be weird because I would see something on Twitter. Who am I going to send it to?
It's just like when I was like going through my thing.
With
my grandpa, and then it's literally like that.
Raw, like she's not here in the same capacity. So it's like, I can't even send you stuff that I would send you. Or I can't just come to you with stupid shit. Like,
what more your partner? Like, even if you had such a horrible marriage, you've built
they've
memories.
Like,
it's
And the fact that they've had 5, 10, 15 years of your life alone, whether they were horrible years, like they're still years of your life that you shared. So yeah, I can get why that's hard. He meets another woman, he gets married, has another kid, drugs messes it up, and he gets another restraining order. So it's a cycle. You're repeating this pattern of behavior, and he starts to realize it. And I think realizing this is growth in itself. Because now you're like, oh shit, I have a problem.
How do I fix it?
And even if you're not yet ready to fix it, the fact that you've acknowledged you have a problem, you're one step closer to success. You know. Sometimes I do think that you have to really hit rock bottom to get back up, and I think this is.
I remember in the office where Michael wanted to take Meredith to the clinic, and then he was like, that she needs to hit rock bottom. So what I need to do now is make her hit rock bottom. He said, shouldn't be hard. I did that with Jan.
when he's like dragging her into the thing.
He's like,
I like a deposit. Like, I'd like to deposit this.
I'd like to.
I was like, sir.
Fam.
Michael Scott, you know, we would do a whole episode on The Office.
Yeah, no, we should do that in our credits.
we'll do a
Yeah, because you
episode on The
don't
Office.
understand, and if you don't watch it, then why?
No, because he. No, we'll discuss.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
I'm actually gonna. Yeah, we'll discuss. I'm actually gonna take it so seriously. I'm gonna have notes and everything. So now we are outside the flat where this whole thing started. So basically, it started off with the 911 call, him chopping off his dick, and so now we're back. Like we've made it full circle. So this is where he starts explaining what actually happened.
Yeah.
And he tells us there's a party, everyone's hype, having a good time, rah rah rah. But then the problems with him not being able to see his kids, and like basically he's now seeing himself as his dad was because his dad wasn't there in his life.
Yeah.
And it's in the back of his mind, it's kind of getting to him.
I said, I will fix this problem that is causing me so much, misery. You know what I mean? And that's what I think the insanity kicked in. I said, yo, my dick is out of control. I need a vasectomy.
So basically, he realizes that everything he's doing is stupid.
Yeah, and he's just been like his dad. Is what he said. Like he was depositing his specimens everywhere, and not being in their lives.
Exactly. And then he comes to the realization that like his penis is the reason that he's doing all of these things. Like everything is led by his penis. All the decisions that he's made.
I mean, the penis is the vessel. The brain is the boat. Is that no?
We understand what you're saying.
No, the penis is the boat. The brain are the people, the captain steering the boat.
Yes.
Oh, got there.
I like that, yeah. So he decides there and then that he needs a vasectomy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let Andre tell you what he did, or how he did what he did. Because he really goes into detail.
Yeah, and also, guys, can I just say, don't try this at home. Like, if you need a vasectomy, book one in and get it done the appropriate way. Like, what the hell?
Do you know what this taught me as well? Like, niggas really think that vasectomy is chopping off your penis.
Yes.
That guys vehemently are against, I don't want someone to chop my dick off.
Fam.
That is not a vasectomy.
Or they feel like they're emasculated. You can still, for lack of a better word, come. Like, it doesn't,
Yeah,
it just means
that the
it's
little
blanks.
sperm is not...
Fam.
And so you don't want kids either. So what are we saying here?
Fam.
Women that are taking pills every single day. Am
Fam.
I now less of a woman?
Girl.
Get the fuck.
ASAP.
I just jumped up out of nowhere. I went to the kitchen. I just went into a blackout mode, I guess, because I can't tell you what type of knife I grabbed. I know it was sufficient. And I grabbed the knife, and bam, I pulled down my pants, and then all of maybe, that quick. But it was like, like a water hose. I said, hey, I'm pretty much going to bleed to death. This is pretty much it for me. And I jumped over the balcony.
So at this point, I'm kind of stuck between, nigga, are you dumb? And like, damn, I really wish you would talk to someone.
I just feel like, though, either way you flip the coin, for you to go to the extent where you chop off your penis, you need help. Like, even if you're dumb, then you are dumb in a whole other, literally.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think that if someone does that, I don't think that the reason someone does that is because they're dumb.
Oh, yeah,
I think
no.
The reason someone does that is because they need help.
Yeah, desperately need help.
Yeah. And also they show pictures, not of the penis.
Yeah.
Which I was quite disappointed by, I'm not going to lie.
You wanted to see the chopped
I
penis?
wanted to see. Like, in that the Lorena documentary, the woman who chopped off her husband's penis because he was raping her. Have you not seen that? Yeah. It's really interesting.
It's on Netflix.
No, it was on Amazon Prime that I saw it. Anyway, we see the picture of the penis because she chops it off and then she throws it outside.
For some reason, I've seen a severed penis. I don't know what context.
It probably was that.
But I can remember in my mind's eye, I can see what a severed penis looks like.
That,
I'm not really interested in seeing it again.
Yeah, well, the pictures they show us.
I more wanted to see what he had now.
That's what I mean.
No, I wanted to see like what he's packing or not packing now.
Yeah, no, same. That's what I mean when I say I want the pictures.
Oh, I thought you meant you just wanted to see the penis on the floor.
No. I want to see the remnant of what is left
on his body.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
So we see the pictures that we do see is that blood stains everywhere. Like, and we hear the rest of the 911 call. And yeah, the friend is just like, this guy. So just guys, be better friends. To one another.
Because he was even saying how when he jumped, the friend, like, he was trying to come back into the house, but the friend wasn't letting him, or for some reason they weren't letting the people in because they thought he was
Yeah. And he had a knife in his hand.
I mean, but I just thought to myself, if that was my friend, there's no way I would leave you out there. Like, okay, fair enough, he has a knife, but there's so many of you, like, you could, do you know what I mean?
And clearly everything is not okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like he grabbed a bottle and started swinging at guys because the guy was moving to his girl. Like, not that that's okay, but as in
This man cut off his dick.
This is what I'm saying. Like, as in to cut off your own. Like,
it's like me going to cut off my breast right now. You're just gonna leave me outside your house, like.
I'll be like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it takes some effort. It's not, you can't just use a butter knife and from the description, it's like it was just one and done.
Yeah.
You just hacked the thing.
Yeah. Whew, yeah.
Madness. So we see the aftermath of him chopping off his penis, which I think is also a contributing factor to why guys don't like to talk about things. Like, he was just shit, and I get that people want to banter it. I get it, but like the Charlemagne, because I've been listening to the Brilliant Idiots, which is his podcast, right? And I feel like with Charlemagne, there has actually been growth or maturity or whatever. Not to say the things he didn't do in the past were shit. They were and always will be shit. But I feel like the Charlemagne of today would not have done what he did.
But then, you know, with this thing, because when I saw this montage, because it did Charlemagne and TMZ and stuff.
Yeah, everyone, yeah.
I felt like I was disgusted watching it. Like, I was actually physically getting angry watching it, because I was just like, you guys are actually
Is everything
shit.
okay?
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what I mean, because as crazy and as, like, when I saw the title, I was laughing, because I was like, you chopped off. Yeah. But, like, either way, someone chops off that, you know that everything isn't all right.
Yeah.
And you're
even
saying...
Even reading the title, you're like, rah. Like, what drove you to this? Which is why you press play.
Exactly. So, I also think, sometimes when I think and say, okay, has there been growth with these people? I don't know if there's been growth, or because they're in the media, they have to move with the times.
No, I don't think so. With Charlemagne, I don't think so, because he's been in the media and he stays in the media. He's even on the same Breakfast Club. Like, he's the same. Like, he's in the same spaces. Obviously I don't know him. All I can judge from is the things that he said. And this is not a Charlemagne stan account, but just when I saw that Donkey of the Day thing, I'm trying to reconcile that person with the person that I've been listening to. Do you get what I mean? It was just like, what? Who? What?
No, it was really
what? It's crazy, like that, and that as well cannot have helped. So you've had a mental break because you've done this, right? And now you're getting shamed by everyone, and like really no one's looking at you as a person and even how you're being affected by this.
They even asked Rizzo, like, are you gonna keep working with him? And he was kind of like, and it's just
Shuffling,
like, and this is what they mean. There's really no duty of care sometimes when you go into these industries, because these people see you as a cash cow.
You know, we're talking about male friendships, yeah? And it's just like, I have this thing about male friendships. I just think that this is generalization, and obviously it's not all of the time, it's not everyone and all that stuff, but it's
all of them.
It's kind of like sometimes male friends, these friends that you have, if you met them today, would they be your mates still?
It's even beyond that. I find that with a lot of male friendships that I see, I feel like they're not built on they're not built on substance and accountability. So you can't
the substance they're built on is alcohol and weed.
And alcohol, weed, and football.
And girls,
literally, and girls. So like, you'll see guys who are going through things, they can't talk to their friends because whereas like, I could literally like cut my toenail today and I'll call you, and do you know what I mean? Like,
I was constipated and I was messaging people.
Exactly, and this is what I mean. And I feel like because the relationships aren't built on accountability, you can see your friend doing like crazy shit and not say anything,
not feel away. Or like, if anything, he would have come to talk to me. If anything,
but he wouldn't. Like, why would he come talk to you?
I feel like that there needs to be like the culture has to change fundamentally because men need to be able to feel comfortable to be. Oh my goodness, I saw this video today of this guy. His friends were recording him, and they were like, "Oh, this is how my friend found out that his girlfriend was engaged."
And I was just
and they were recording him, and they showed him the video of his girlfriend. I guess was with someone else, and she got proposed to. So they were recording his reaction to
seeing the video,
and laughing. And it's like, I'm sorry, like banter for the timeline, but this is actually your mate. These are not your ops that are doing this to you.
Literally, these are your mates. Your nearest and dearest.
They didn't just put it in the group chat. They put it on the internet.
Even if they put it in the group chat, that's still fucked. What more the internet?
Exactly.
And now it's gone viral, and it's just like
exactly what you're gonna say. Sorry.
Literally, you're so shit. I can't imagine doing that to my friend.
And the thing is that you saw it. You knew what was on the video, right? And you were so excited and elated, like, oh my goodness, let's get his reaction while he's. Like, what the hell? What is that? Is that your mate? That's not your mates.
It's scary. It's really, really, really scary. But when you say this, they say this and that. I really don't feel.
They say, "Oh, girl, but girls got upset if you don't come to my birthday dinner."
Yeah, I do get upset because you're my friend. You should be my birthday dinner.
It's a birthday dinner. It's a birthday dinner. At the end of the day, it's a birthday dinner.
Yeah.
If this boy goes now and kills himself, or if this boy now slips into a deep depression, do you think it's you who's gonna come to you about it? Who do you think is gonna come and talk to you about this, about how he's feeling right now?
Literally.
I just think niggas, man, just
niggas
be
nigging.
So we find out that they couldn't actually reattach his penis. And so at this point, I'm like, because I know that penises can be reattached. So when I watched the Lorena documentary, they were able to reattach the guy's penis, right? He even ended up getting the penis enlargement. That documentary is wild, but yeah.
I need to watch it.
It's actually wild. So, so he says,
I chopped off more than my fair share of my penis. When I'm actually having the actual act of sex, I'm not like, oh, I wish I had my shit. I'm like totally, I'm in there like I used to be. You know what I mean?
I mean, he tells us that he can still have sex like he used to. But my first and main concern was like, how does he pee?
Yeah.
Because the tip is gone.
But
Maybe
the
it's got a colostomy
urethra
bag.
is still there.
Yeah, but what? So what?
It just...
Oh, maybe it's just like a vagina. That's a sit to pee, maybe.
I don't know how he has sex.
I think he had some left.
Yeah, but if
He
what
just
2
has
inches?
a little bit. He just has a little penis. It's probably bigger than a micro penis.
I was gonna say something really crude, but it's not that kind of pod.
Yeah, it's peak. It's actually peak.
It's very peak.
It is very peak.
And you know what? More power to his partner for staying with him. Because I would stay with you from an emotional standpoint, but boy,
No.
you took me from 8 inches to 2.
Listen, okay, think about you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Think about the love that you have for this guy that has you tweeting every day, yeah? Think about that love.
You need to bring it up.
Think about that love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he does this thing, which obviously compromises 6 inches of your life, yeah? However, he does it because he's going through some things. And obviously, if say, penis aside, if he was going through some things, would you stay with him, yes or no?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then the penis isn't a side. Well, the penis is a side in this case.
I don't know, I just feel
But
like...
it's gonna... Well, you know what? At the end of the day, if we're getting down to nitty gritty, there's a lot of other stuff you can do in the bedroom to replace. But damn.
I mean, I just feel like if the love is really the love, like, that might not be the...
But you know what? Charlamagne said something that I found really upsetting. He was like, "I'm glad they couldn't reattach your penis because you don't deserve it."
Yeah, he said that. I was so angry about that montage. I was like, what are you talking about?
But it's good that BBC put that in there because it just shows.
Yeah,
because
this is the culture that he's in.
That led him
Yeah,
to this.
exactly. That I'm not gonna lie, that montage, it made me so angry. Like, sometimes listening to men speak, yeah, I just and also women like pygmies and that. I'm enraged. I'm actually enraged. I'm just like, what are you talking about? And the thing is that you're watching a show, innit? So you're shouting at yourself because nothing you're saying is getting anywhere.
It's just literally just, I was just telling BD before we started recording, like, by the time you guys have watched this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But basically, I think Cardi B was drunk and she was like recording on her, obviously she was on her Insta story and she accidentally posted her like literally topless lying on the bed, and she looks out of it, like she doesn't look like she's normal. And then like guys have been making fun of her like nipples the whole time, like literally, like they're different already. They're memes. Someone has taken a picture of the nipple, put it on top of like a burger and been like, oh, I didn't know McDonald's had like a Cardi B collab, like just dumb shit.
That's
like
very dumb shit.
Extreme that they've memed it, they've done this and done that, and it's just like, why are you men like this? Is it first of all that when I saw her boobs, I didn't think there was anything abnormal. They look like normal boobs. Like some women have larger areolas. Like what the fuck? They look like normal boobs. I was just like, you men make me feel fucking sick. And then you come and you say, oh, you don't like women that look like this. But then you do these things, and then women see this stuff, and then they feel like they need to change themselves.
Because anyone with breasts that look like Cardi's breasts will now feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not obviously like the opinions of people on the internet. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. But then I feel like you should also remember that it can affect people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and it's not just the people on the internet though, because society's also tailored that way, which is why people on the internet talk that way. Like society has a very specific standard of beauty. So people on the internet talk that way because
they're trying to uphold those standards.
Exactly. So it's not just, oh, you're going on the internet, you're seeing it. You see it in the models you see on TV.
It's so mad. But then when Rihanna did Savage and Mr. Big Man was doing up breast and that, and everyone was loving it. I was loving it. I didn't mind a chunky thing in it.
Oh.
I was loving it.
Here for it.
They were loving it. Everyone was loving it.
But let it be Lizzo. Let Lizzo live.
Do you know what?
Let Lizzo just breathe.
Do you know
why so fat?
Do you know what the problem with Lizzo is? Yeah, Lizzo just does dumb shit. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, you can't say anything because if you say anything, you're body shaming me.
Well,
and
I
it's
think
not always body shaming.
No, I
Sometimes
agree.
you're actually you're fat, yes, but you're actually wrong in what you're doing. It's got nothing to do with you being
the
fat.
only one I agree with was when she wore the like booty thing to the basketball.
I said, Liz, what are you doing?
Yeah, I did agree with that one, but I do think that other times when she's actually just
No, I do think that when she's living her life, people chat shit. And there was that time where Saweetie she had this like burger. It was some weird concoction of fat food.
yeah, and she ate it.
And she ate it, and then there was no comments about her health or about her whatever.
But they say this to Lizzo on
All
her
the time.
comments all the time.
All
To
the
the point
time.
where she has to post a TikTok of her working out because she's just like, yeah, like.
And you know what it is? I feel like calling someone fat or being labelled fat is not necessarily a cuss. It's a description of what you look like, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's the societal, this is a bad thing to be.
That's what I was watching this girl's TikTok, and she was literally like, she was.
I think it might be the same one. She's like, yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah, I'm fat.
And
Like,
I'm
it's
beautiful.
not stop.
Like,
Like,
and
let's
I'm beautiful.
Literally, let's stop. Like associating fat with being like it's a body.
ugly, yeah.
It's a body type. It's like saying something skinny. Like,
Exactly.
It's a body
and the thing
type.
is, I also hate like the way that the word fat does to like fat people. That's what skinny does to me. I hate the word skinny because skinny is like you have a problem. Like it's like you shouldn't actually be this small.
Yeah.
And I have like literally I've had patients come to me and be like, oh, you're quite skinny. Are you cold? Like in wintertime, be like, oh, if I come to you and say, oh, summer's coming, are you gonna be hot? Is everything gonna be okay? It's not gonna be okay.
No, yeah.
So I feel like it's like fat is a description of a body type, right? You only think it's a cuss because you in your mind think being fat is bad, and you don't associate being fat and being beautiful. That can be the same thing, and it can be the same thing.
Yeah.
The girl on that TikTok, beautiful. Lizzo, beautiful.
Literally.
And they're both fat.
It's just like when men.
I don't know.
There needs to be like a kingdom where women can just live by themselves, and then on the other kingdom, men and the pick-me's can live. But then my man can come to the kingdom with the women.
I feel like guys should just be able to just like post their sperm over so we can be popular.
Yeah,
If you have a boy, you send him to the other kingdom. If you have a girl, then you
That would be a dream.
I don't know. And obviously, it's not all men. Okay, obviously, but
That's a good number.
But I think that this documentary has shown that like men can not only be detrimental to women but also to themselves and to their friends.
It's just like when men come online and they start crying about shit, and like you're literally crying over the patriarchy you perpetrate. Like whatever these problems you're talking about, like you see men tweet like, oh, men can't open up about mental health, but women always think they have problems. But you uphold these patriarchal standards.
It's like you or the people around you. Because the thing is that like it's a man having problems with his mental health and stuff, like that's not the time to be like, well, if it wasn't for you niggas, you wouldn't be having this. Da. But then at the same time, it's still kind of like, okay, well, we need to figure out a way that this ain't the case.
Yeah, patriarchy needs to be dismantled.
Honestly, having male friends or like men around me that are able to express how they feel, I feel lucky for that. Do you know what I mean? Or being able to actually talk with my male friends, like, right, okay, do you know what? This is how I'm feeling. This is how you're feeling. And like have an open and honest conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's that I'm a woman, so there's not that whole stigma of this nigga kind of thing. But I would hope.
I genuinely think it's because you're a woman though, because I feel like with my male friends, they tell me stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, so does your boy? They're like, nah, we don't talk about that. And so what the fuck do you talk about
so what's
then?
the point of this friendship?
Literally, what do you? It's just like when Pam was with Roy, and then Jim was like, oh, have you spoken to Roy about this? And she was like, no, I don't like to bother Roy with stuff like, oh, like
that's
your
your
feelings and your emotions. Literally like that, and it's the same with men. Like they can't.
There has to be more to your friendship than motives.
Yeah,
and that's why I always say, I'm like, if you met this boy today, if it's like now that Corona's done, Corona's done a number on clubbing, when's the last time you man spoke?
Fam.
None of my business, none of my business.
Indeed.
So, like we were saying, what makes this really, really sad is that all of these actions that he's taken stemmed from depression, undiagnosed depression, and these feelings that weren't addressed. And it's not to say that depression can be diagnosed and then pow, it's an easy thing to live with, but I feel like there must kind of be this peace in knowing that this is why I feel this way.
100%.
So I remember like being like the week before my period, I would just be sad, like just sad as hell, regardless of what was happening. I just felt sad, didn't really want to do nothing. I was just like, raw. What is this? And then that's when I was like, oh yeah, shit, PMS, cool. And it was like, all right, cool, now I know why I'm feeling this way,
and you can let yourself feel those feels.
You can let yourself feel those feels, and now it's like, okay, now I know what I need to do to overcome this. And so like now I don't really feel like that the week before. I know what I need to do to not feel that way. So it's the same thing or a similar thing with mental health disorders. I feel like if someone says to you, do you know what, you have these symptoms, I feel like you've been feeling this way because you are depressed. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm not just mad. It's not just about me trying to force myself to be better. it's like then you can begin to learn to live with it or treat it or whatever your approach is. You can then be like, all right, cool, let me do better.
This, yeah.
So we see Andre's friend Wayne, and he says,
What I learned, a lot of people out here haven't been diagnosed, so they don't even know what they're suffering from. So you can't fight a fight if you don't know what fight you're in.
which is
And
so
this
true, innit?
Yeah, you can't be battling something you can't see.
Yeah.
Like, it's true.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of us have our vices that we hide behind, and rather than like addressing the issues we have, and like maybe for you it doesn't end up with you chopping off your penis, but like it can still have devastating effects on you,
on you,
mentally,
yeah.
emotionally, physically, whatever. It may not be as drastic as this, but I think the good thing about this documentary is that like, listen, like these things should not be ignored. You should be able to
have to
discuss
address
this with
them,
the people around you. Address them and then work towards like fixing them or doing better, so that you don't have a similar or just any kind of, you know, negative
effect on your life.
So we're at the end of the documentary now, and we see that he's back with his second wife, and they're on the beach with his daughter, and they seem to be doing a lot better. It ends with on-screen text which tells us that 1 in 5 people will experience a mental health condition at some point in their lifetime. I feel like it's higher than this. I feel like 1 in 5 is light.
It's light. I think it's a lot more.
I feel like it's a lot more than this. And we also see that Black and ethnic minority groups are 50% less likely to seek out the treatment they need due to stigma levels often being twice as high.
Yep.
That didn't surprise me.
Or like looking for religious methods to.
Yeah. Do you remember
It's just like that guy that.
Girlfriends, that episode. I remember this episode of Girlfriends so clearly. Maya's like, "Boy, I don't need therapy. I go to church." And I remember being like, "Yeah, man," when I was a kid. And it's like the older I get, the more I'm like, that is not true.
And do you know the truth of the matter is though, and it might be controversial, but I think everybody needs therapy.
I agree.
I don't know anybody who I can conclusively look at and be like, oh, like you do not need. Everybody needs therapy because
I feel like everybody needs therapy because everybody has feelings.
yes, and everybody and not just that. Adulting is fundamentally hard, regardless of how much money you have or how beautiful you are or how many likes you get on Instagram or how much sex you're having.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You're really burning, sis.
Help me, Jesus.
Help me, Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Please, okay. No, but I think everybody like needs to talk, and
think so.
there's sometimes where like literally shit just feels like this fucking year, like I've just been like,
you will go mad.
Yeah. You need so.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I don't know. I just feel like with our parents, I feel like life was harder for them in terms of physically. So like my dad lived in the village and he would go hunting at 9 years old to get food for the compound, and obviously hunting. He had a dog called Fire. And so obviously my dad, oh my god, if you sit with him he'll tell you these stories. He loves it. So obviously at 9 years old I wasn't hunting in the village. I didn't have those problems, you know. But that doesn't minimize or negate the problems that maybe I did have as a 9-year-old, you know. And
it's also just like I feel like with our parents' generation as well. I mean, my parents are quite good for like this conversation, like, but I feel like if I look at that generation as a whole, also just the move from Africa to the Europe, UK to become first generation immigrants, that had a lot of issues and difficulties and what's the word I'm looking for? Just blockers and stuff like that. And the way they see it is, well, they survived that and they look at us, we're born here.
Basically, we made this life easy for you.
Yeah, and so what do you have to, literally, that is the mentality I've heard so many parents like. Yeah. But my problems are real. Just because my problem isn't visa or like this or that.
Yeah,
or
immigration.
Bam. Just because that is my, doesn't mean I ain't got problems here.
Yeah, no,
okay?
It's true. And I think therapy helps you to also like see the world beyond yourself. This is kind of like what we were talking about in last week's episode in The Social Dilemma. Like, you have to be able to see more than the life that you live. Like, your reality isn't the only one. And I think being able to like acknowledge that and see that and talk through that, like, obviously therapy is good for your like yourself, innit? Your perspective, sort of iron things out. And I think even if, because therapy can be expensive, I think even if you can't afford therapy, even talking to friends that have substance, even talking to friends can help you to sometimes like iron out what you're thinking about, why you're feeling what you're feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I just think we need to do better as a community. As men, you guys need to do better, because it's all like fun and games. Haha, he chopped off his penis, that's mad. But like, this could have all been avoided.
And also, can I say to my American listeners as well, because the theme I kept seeing as well in this documentary was just like not having dads around and stuff like that. And I think, I know that not all dads are good dads, so just because your dad is around, it doesn't then mean
that's true.
But please stop getting people pregnant and not being around. Like, if you like, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of people's lives on Twitter, but I remember seeing this, how it started, where we are now.
Oh yeah.
And the girl like posted a screenshot of the text of when she showed her partner she was pregnant, and just saying she's so scared, blah, blah, blah. And he just messaged her and was like, listen, chill out, breathe. I've just let practice, I'm coming home, like don't like, you're pregnant, I'm gonna step up, be a man, like I don't care what anybody has to say, blah, blah, blah. And like the picture was them as a family. And it's like, obviously he could be a horrible boyfriend, I don't know the internet, but the point of the matter is, you need to understand that when you bring life into this world, there's a switch, which is why many people do not rush to bring life into the world, because I know I'm not ready to facilitate that switch. So you have to then know that you're not living for yourself. You can't have a kid and then just run, because that leaves so many, like, that already is the building block for so many issues. Because
like abandonment.
Fam.
Do you know what I think as well? Sometimes, like, obviously, if you have a child with someone, you don't have to feel obliged to be with that person. That's personally what I feel. Like, I feel like just because you have a child with someone, that doesn't mean that you now have to have, like, on top of the element of parenthood, you now have to add an unhappy relationship. I feel like you're a better parent when you're a happy individual. So even if you don't want to be with the woman or with the man, I feel like be with your kid. Like,
I don't know how you can bring life into this world and then you look at it and you walk away.
Yeah, and hopefully I will never know. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that obviously not the whole generational curses thing, but like, things happen in cycles sometimes, and sometimes you find yourself repeating the behaviors that you so hated about yourself.
But literally, my sister and I have had so many conversations about this, and we're talking about like why it's so like rampant in America and stuff. Basically, it started like in slavery, and like, you know how in slavery, like, women were almost like breeding machines, like they just kept getting more slaves and whatever. And the family became very matrilineal, is that the word? Or
I don't know what that
comes from the mother. Okay. Like, whereas in, like, you know, African households, it's all about like your dad, or let me say Nigerian, it's all about your dad, where your dad's from this, that, and that. In the during the slavery times, it was all about the mum, because she would have kids sometimes, like so many kids with like different men, or even if it was with one man, they didn't have the kind of marriage structure. Like a family unit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it couldn't be in it.
Literally, and sometimes when they would get, like, when the dad would be separated from the rest of the family, like the woman, so it all became part of like coming from where your mum came from. And so then there were boys that were growing up without fathers, and then the cycle continued. And that's why in American household it's all about like mums. Like, even I would speak to my friends, they'll be like, oh, they're going to their mum's house, like, it's all about the mums kind of thing, rather than like either parents as a unit or like the dads. So it started from there. And if you read that book, you've read it, Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
You see it there, how it transfers. Because the girl who came from
you focus on the
African. So that's how it started. So I feel like that's what happens. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in the UK.
I just think everything with America is heightened because there's just more people there. So there's just more the percentage of people, like, there's just hella people there. So there's going to be more people, like, physically, number-wise.
But I do think there's a cultural thing there as well to do with it.
I don't know, guys, just talk to your friends, innit? Talk to your mates. And
please, whatever you do, don't chop off your penis.
Just be better, do better, man. Honestly, it's such a sad story.
Yeah, when you deep it, like, outside of the fact that somebody cut off their penis, it's a very sad story.
And it's like, not only did he cut off his penis, but he even did this documentary. Because I can guarantee you, I did not know about that story before this documentary. But him doing the documentary, like, hopefully would have done some good by someone going for therapy, or someone going to see if they're diagnosed with something, or speaking to someone.
Because he definitely did it for the great good. Because he was even saying that, like, he looks at rappers today, and they're doing like lean and this and that, like,
it's still a gateway,
feeding their demons. Like, he wants the narrative to change. And
boy, that was
intense.
Yeah, I really didn't think this. I thought this episode was just gonna be haha.
I mean, it was haha. It was hee hee haha.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Hello, Auntie. What are we doing next?
We are doing Jeffrey Dahmer, the mind of
Mind of a Murderer.
Yeah.
Fam.
Yeah, that is gonna be heavy.
Fam.
Heavy. You haven't watched Dreamgirls, have you?
I have watched Dreamgirls.
Okay.
I watched it in the cinema.
Never watched anything, so I
Sorry,
don't
you
know.
just need to pick better movies. So. But yeah, so
fuck hasn't
I'm
watched
going
Jurassic
to.
Park?
Have you guys watched Jurassic Park? Let me
Yeah,
know.
message if you watched Jurassic Park.
I'm gonna leave a trailer of Jeffrey Dahmer, Mind of a Murderer.
Yeah, and that's our Halloween special.
Yeah, it's
so
a Halloween. I mean, it's not special because it's still gonna be on Thursday. It's not gonna be on Halloween.
But it's specifically
Halloween
Halloweenish,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's quite. And I know we're a crime documentary podcast, and obviously many crimes have been committed in the one. Just depends on how you look at it. But this is like crimes.
Yeah, this is very intense for us.
Lives were lost, plural.
Yeah.
Plural and multiple.
So get your Halloween snacks out, get your pumpkins, ready. And...
trick or treating. Oh no, Boris said no.
No,
but they can go to school.
Oh.
But yeah, guys, so we leave the trailer here. Oh, where can we find us?
You can find us on...
You can catch me, B, in the green living around. And I remember how we got bars. Yeah, longer than LeBron. I've been waiting on the phones not respond.
So
Woo, the beat tastes like lunch.
Okay. So you can find us on Two Girls One Dog on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And where can they find you?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at BD on Eyewear.
Whoop, whoop.
And you are?
I am 4runs with 2 underscores on Twitter and Instagram. Holla at your girl.
Brilliante. All right, guys, stay tuned for the trailer. If you are sitting in the dark, you might want to put your lights on because it's quite creepy.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Bye.
Bye.
The beat tastes like lunch.
Okay.
And every day.
I don't know why it started. I don't have any definite answers for that myself. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. When you depersonalize another person and view them just as an object for pleasure, not a living, breathing human being. Hunting in itself was a thrill, never knowing who I'd meet, how nice looking they'd be, how much fun we'd have. The killing was a means to an end. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control, not having to consider their wishes, being able to keep them there as long as I wanted. I don't regret it. That's the funny thing.